Hello there, this is Andrew Bridges with Photron, and today we're going to be looking at how to achieve live calibration using the Photron 6D Marker Analyst software. Select live calibration and you're brought through to a view, and the first thing we need to do is to select the type of camera we're going to use. Again, it's possible to use the web camera, one of the latest Photron FastCam cameras such as the Mini UX, Mini AX or Mini WX, or the FastCam SAZ or SAX2. But in this case, we're going to stick with a simple USB camera connected to my laptop made by Toshiba Tele. First thing you do is go through and you can select the different resolution. I'm going to stick with the 720 high definition resolution, and 30 frames per second is adequate for what we want here. And also I'll let the system determine what exposure rate we want. You can add gamma or gain to the system, but what we've got is fine. The next thing we need to do is to select the calibration board we're going to use. Now, with the software, we provide two different sizes of calibration card, but in this case, I'm going to use a simple one that I've manufactured just using something I printed on a laser printer glued to the back of a CD case. This is in a typical 9x8 format, but in this case, I've measured the squares to be approximately 9 millimeters. Not terribly precise here, but for the sake of this demonstration, it'll work fine. Now you can see this rather attractive rainbow pattern. That's achieved by making sure that you have the draw calibration board corners. And this confirms that we have a good image, as we'll see in a second. Once you have that image, we go through and we add that. And we're going to move this simple calibration card in different attitudes throughout the image sequence, in different places, different distances, as much area as we can cover. And now you'll notice that if I move it in a way that we can't see, when I click this, the system is smart enough to tell me that we cannot get that image, and we go through and adjust it until we have a good image. And I would estimate that probably about a minimum of 5, but the more images you can add, the better the calibration will be at the end, and the higher quality the end result. Again, try and get different attitudes and cover as much as the image area as you possibly can. Important again, obviously, to make sure that at all times the whole board is in, or you won't be able to get the calibration. When you've got enough, and I think for the sake of this demonstration, that's plenty, we come through and we select Start Calibration. The system asks you to confirm that it's a 9x8 matrix, 9 millimeter squares, and once you say OK, the system performs a simple calibration, and at the bottom here, we can see our residual error. The lower this number is, the better, and then we can save this file. Typically, I'll save it saying, OK, it's a 1280 by 720 resolution with a 6 millimeter lens. It's important that any calibration file you make, you maintain the same resolution and the same lens settings that you had when you made the calibration, when you make the recording later on. And then I'll put TT, just the fact that it's a Toshiba Tele camera. And that's it. We've now made a calibration file so that later on, when we come through into, say, a live recording or file tracking, we can actually load that file up there. And I'll just show that very quickly here, again using the Toshiba same camera. Select that file, and we call that our 1280 by 1090 6 millimeter TT. And I load that up, so now whenever a marker is moved into the view, we can see the information displayed there. And that's how you make a simple calibration file using the Photron 6D Marker Analyst software. Thank you for your time.